Yes?
Have you ever participated in an NLM?
In a what? Oh, you know, I've heard about it a bunch of times, and it's what you have to do 50,000 words in a month or something. I wrote the legacy in 6 weeks. No, I've never participated in that. But I would say that for people who are like thinking they want to be an author, it's probably an amazing exercise. Because when you're under that kind of pressure, that's the reality. I mean, that's the reality of the business. People don't understand that. If you've got a book that's due on a certain date and you don't deliver, that you've cost the publisher lots of money. And they don't like that. And I know several incredibly talented authors. I'm sure many of you have read some of their books and said, wow, this author's really good. And then you wonder why. How come you never see another book from them? Or, you know, maybe you saw 2. How come they never finished the series or whatever? If they're still alive, it's probably because they were so late on the books the publisher just said, we're not working with you anymore. So I think that's a great exercise and worth doing. And I think you do some of your best work when you're under pressure. Pressure, you know, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm a New England Patriots guy. Tom Brady's best with a minute left and down 5 points. Peyton Manning's best when he's a minute down and, you know, Brett Favre, John Elway. When pressure's on, that's when you separate yourself. So I think it's a great exercise. I would never do it unless they paid me lots of money. Not at this point. For 50,000 words a month, that's my month. 51 bucks. Ouch. Okay, I got time for one more, and then we'll tie it up. Anyone who hasn't asked a question, got a question? Yes? Oh, he's changed a lot. And now I think you're going to see the most dramatic changes of all. Because one of the things that happened with Drizzt, if you read the Crystal Shard, and you see that there's a scene in the Crystal Shard when Drizzt and Wolfgar go into the lair of some giants. Look at Drizzt in there. He doesn't care about anything. He's rolling around, diving around. He's having fun. And he could die at any time. So what? He's an adventurer. He's reckless. Then he falls in love. And I mean with all of them. He realizes he's got family. He realizes he's got people who care about him in a way that he never thought was possible and what he had always dreamed of. And so now you see Drizzt, as we go through the middle books, he becomes a lot more careful. And then you see Drizzt even changing from there to become afraid all the time. Starless Night. He's afraid he's putting his friends in danger, so he walks back to Menzoberranzan and turns himself in, basically. What an idiot. Seriously, what an idiot. And then you even see Drizzt as we go forward in this. There's a point in the latter parts of Paths of Darkness, and then it certainly carries through in Hunter's Blades, where he's overthinking, overanalyzing everything. He just can't take out his blades and kill something. And you see him becoming almost paralyzed because he's in love with all of these people, and everything's too good for him. He's got too much to lose all of a sudden. Okay? And the only way I can explain that is for people here who have children. When my first son was born, it was amazing. It was like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever. And then I was immediately terrified. Because I knew for the first time in my life somebody could really, truly tear my heart out. You know? And if something happened to him, forget it. My life is over. Right? That's how Drizzt started feeling. You go through the Lone Drow. And in the Lone Drow, he made some... You see Drizzt as we go forward through transitions into Gauntlgrym. Now you see Drizzt, can he really take Inovendil's advice to heart? Can he do that? And, of course, he'll be surrounding himself with a lot of new people. Now, if you look at the people that Drizzt surrounded himself at the beginning, they were all rock solid, trustworthy, even Regis. If push came to shove, he'd throw himself in front of that spear. He really would. Rock solid, strong moral code, strong character, strong fiber. What happens to Drizzt if he's with people who maybe aren't cut out of that cloth? Do they change him or does he change them? These are the kind of things that he'll be exploring over the next few books. And that's what I mean. Putting this pressure on him has really allowed me to think back to the Crystal Shard, if you will. And that's also what I mean when I say it's a personal journey. Because when Drizzt was overthinking it and being too protective of that which he had, well, that's me as a young father, a younger father, with kids, you know? You know, mess with my kids, I'll kill you. I really will. And I am not a violent person at all. But mess with my kids, that's a whole different ballgame. So Drizzt's journey, in a way, parallels that as we go forward. And he's changed a lot. He's changed a lot. I don't think he's grown up much, but he's changed a lot. Anyway, thank you all for coming down. Had a lot of fun. It's great to be back in Austin. So let's sign some books.